Ketanji Brown Jackson. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Amanya, and I make conservative content here on the Conservative Poet channel. Thank you for joining, subscribing, and sharing. And by the way, thank you guys so much because things is moving on the channel, and I'm super excited about all of it. Thank you so much. Today, we're talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson, the new affirmative action judge. Yes, yes, yes. We have arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I should say ladies and ladies and ladies and ladies. We have arrived because now that Ketanji Brown Jackson, the affirmative action, has been put into motion, we have the lay of the land. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Oh, before we do that, I want to say, please check out my website, the Orlando Patriot. That would be I. Get all your merch, your flags, hats, magnets, everything patriotic, t-shirts, 20% discount. You can't beat that. Support your girl. She's trying hard to save the country. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and sharing. It's very important. Thank you all. Now, let's go into Ketanji. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. We'll go with that.
As I reflect on my own recent experience of being appointed as the first Black woman to serve on the Supreme Court, it is that, more than anything, that I have witnessed. People from all walks of life approach me with what I can only describe as a profound sense of pride and what feels to me like renewed ownership. I can see it in their eyes. I can hear it in their voices.
It's like Obama. We have arrived. The first Black president. Look at everything Obama's going to do for the Black people. We have arrived because Obama, a Black man. We are here. Pride in our eyes, pride in our hearts. We're swelled with pride. I was there on the ground during both inaugurations, by the way. Swelled with pride because the Black man has finally arrived. Our people, we finally came to the table. Same thing she's feeling right now. Same thing the people are feeling right now. Except this time, it's because she's female. First Black female. Affirmative action installed.
They stare at me as if to say, look at what we've done.
Look at what we've done.
They say this is what we can accomplish if we put our minds to it.
What exactly is it? I'm sure she worked hard. I'm sure you worked hard. I'm sure you did a lot of great things to get where you are. But you're the same woman who can't tell what a woman is. So I have no confidence in you as a judge because you're a woman and you don't know what a woman is. So I have a problem with that. So you've arrived. You've done some great work. You're being poised and praised because now you're the great Black woman hope. The great Black woman hope you are.
They might not use those words, but I get the message. They are calling on the ancestors, hearkening back to history and claiming their stake at last.
At last. We have arrived at last. You are the great Black woman hope. There ain't been nobody else beforehand, but yes. By the way, you were appointed affirmative action.
They're saying to me, in essence, you go girl.
You go, girl. You go, girl. You go. You go. You go get him, girl. You go get him, girl. You go. You go, girl.
They're saying invisible no more. We see you and we are with you.
Oh, God, you see me. You see me. I am with you. You see me in all of my beauty and all of my skin color. I, the Black woman, have arrived.
Court overturned Roe v. Wade and expanded gun rights in the United States. The court will be hearing major cases this term on affirmative action, voting rights, LGBTQ rights, online speech, and more to talk.
All of the important keys, LGBT rights, affirmative action rights. Well, we know where that goes. Affirmative action, we've got them. You've got to cover that. You know, we've got a new judge, a new Supreme Court judge, affirmative action. We've got a vice president, affirmative action. We've got a press secretary, affirmative action. All of these people, couple of things in common. Color, vagina. Color, vagina. Color, vagina.
What's ahead for the court and the significance of the latest justice on the court. Ali Mistal is with us. The
No, not this guy.
The best-selling book, A Line to Retort, The Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution.
Not
His
him.
recent article, The Supreme Court returns on Monday stronger and more terrible than ever.
Before he speaks, yo, this dude is seriously scary looking. Yo, he is really scary looking. And I'm not even trying to make jokes. Oh my God. You're kind of creepy looking.
Ellie, welcome back to Democracy Now! Let's start with this historic first. Let's start with Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Talk about the significance of this newest justice and then what she faces on this docket.
Good morning, Amy. Thank you for having me. Yeah, Ketanji Brown Jackson is great. Her first day was yesterday. She already got right in there asking really pertinent and probative questions of the attorneys at the case. So she didn't seem to need a whole lot of time to get comfortable in her new job. I think she's going.
She knows what her job is. She's been already groomed and pruned. She knows everything that's on the agenda. So of course she's ready to hit the ground running. She's gotta put herself to work for that job that they've given her, that affirmative action job. She's got a lot to do. So yeah, she's gonna hit the ground running, friend.
Going to be a great justice. I think she is going to have a great career ahead of her writing dissents, because she is clearly in the minority on that court.
Clearly she's in the minority in that court. You're already turning it around. You're already pushing a new narrative. God! When does it end? When are you happy?
And the things that are coming down the pipe are terrifying and horrible. And all she will be able to do is, through her questioning at oral arguments and through her writing at decision time, all she'll be able to do is to highlight the extremism of the conservative majority voting bloc on the Supreme Court.
So let's talk about affirmative action and voting rights. Voting rights, the oral arguments will be heard tomorrow. Talk about these two cases and how they could change this country.
Yeah, so let's start with voting rights. That case is actually today, Amy. It's 11 o'clock.
Sorry, today.
Yeah, getting ready for it. What the first kind of case out of the docket here is a case that involves a gerrymandered district in Alabama. Their state should have had two majority districts instead of majority-minority districts. They only had one. Back and forth a little bit, and what will likely come down is yet another attack on Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. Now, people need to understand, when the Constitution was written, exclusive by white males. 5 of the current justices on the Supreme Court were not allowed to vote. We've gone through a lot of constitutional amendments. We had a war trying to establish some idea of universal suffrage. But that idea of universal suffrage didn't become a reality for a large minority of Americans until the passage of the Voting Rights Act in 1965. And it is that act.
My Black life and vote matter. Yeah, it does. Your Black life and your vote matter. These people are more interesting than what you're saying, friend. I'm gravitated to the people in the video because you got nothing for me.
That Chief Justice John Roberts has been an enemy of for his entire career. One of the first things that we will see from this term is yet another
Pack the court. Term limits for Congress. I agree with that.
Later this month, we will
Statehood.
cases on
And
action.
equal voting rights for all.
Republicans and Clarence Thomas have been trying to kill affirmative action for as long as I've been alive. And this term, this October, they will do it. They will hear a case this October, excuse me, that will allow them to do it. And this June, they will finally end affirmative action. I think any hope that they would find some way to keep the idea.
So he is all for affirmative action, right? Put us in by our color. We don't have to have any kind of credentials. We don't have to have any kind of skills. We don't have to have any kind of what's the words I'm looking for? We don't have to have the ability to do the job. We don't have to have these things. All we have to do is we have to have Black skin, or we have to have a vagina, or we have to be, I'm going to guess here that you are with the alphabet. So all you got to do, all these things. When did the alphabet become part of the affirmative action for Blacks? This was for Blacks, right? But now they've thrown everybody in the pot with Blacks. I mean, really? You're all for affirmative action. Of course you are.
The idea of affirmative action alive went out of the window when they overturned Roe v. Wade. Because when you have a court that's willing to overturn 50 years of precedent and reduce women to the status of second-class citizens,
not reducing women to second-class citizens, my dear. And first of all, you have no vagina to be talking about these things unless you got a surgery plan. I don't know. I'm gonna pull back on that. I don't know. But how about women being more responsible with their body and their choices? Therefore, not putting themselves in a situation where abortion becomes an issue. And of course, they're always going to say, well, what about rape? What about incest? Yeah, I understand all of that. That is like the petites of the majority of the whole. These women out here aren't having abortions because of rape and incest. Again, small majority of them get pregnant that way. But they're out there just living the dream, having a good old time, partying and doing their thing and getting everywhere, on top of every penis that they can find. They without protecting their bodies, without being responsible. And so, yeah, these things are going to happen. Answer, be more responsible, then you won't have to have an abortion.
It is not hard to overturn another 50 years of precedent and make college admissions safe for mediocre white fail sons, which is what they're going to do this year.
On Monday, the Supreme Court heard a
Mediocre white failed sons. I don't even know what that means. I don't even think look at his, what kind of cup you got there? Look at his face. This guy is seriously grinchy looking. Dude, that's gonna be my, make that my, thumbnail. That is gross.
oral arguments in the case of Sackett versus the EPA. The case challenges the Clean Water Act and the federal government's ability to protect and preserve wetlands. During oral arguments, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson questioned Damian Schiff, the lawyer for the Sackett family, which sued the EPA. Let's listen.
Why is it that your conception of this does not relate in any
What's wrong with her?
to Congress's
She must not realize the camera's still on her.
dispute?
What is she chewing on?
Objective, as stated in the statute, I guess it's at 1251.
What's she growing around her
Is
teeth?
that
What are you doing?
Congress cared about making sure
Does she realize she's still on camera?
physical and biological integrity of the
What
nation's
the hell?
waters was protected.
Justice Jackson, we don't dispute that. However, no statute pursues
She
its purpose
realizes
or
she's
objective
still on the
goals of
camera. I
practical
can't.
acts that the limitations in
What
the
is she
statute
chewing,
are as
gum?
much a
It
part
doesn't
of its
look like
purpose
it's
as its
gum.
affirmative authorization.
So why
What
didn't
is she
Congress say
rolling around?
immediately adjacent? If they were trying to
can't
achieve
even listen to
something
what they
different
say.
than what the regulations had said about adjacency, if they were balancing.
Yeah, she must not know she's still on camera.
protecting
Oh my God.
waters with the property interests in the states and rights to control it, why didn't they say immediately adjacent?
Shut up. Don't you see I'm on TV? Shut up.
So that's Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson.
I love the question that you played, because a lot of your viewers understand or have heard what originalism is, right? The idea that
Help
when
me
in
understand
doubt,
it.
when there's ambiguity.
I had to actually Google it, trying to make this video so I can understand, because I read the articles and I was like, I don't even know what this means. So I'm glad at least our friend here is gonna school me or educate me a little. So I really appreciate that. Originalism. I had to look it up. Because I couldn't understand how they were wording it.
We should go back to the original intentions of the white male exclusively founding fathers and think about what they might have wanted.
Why do I feel like he's got a problem with males, period? White males, I see the aggression there. But I got a feeling he's got a problem with males, period. And I think he's probably got the male he's really got a problem with is the one that he doesn't see when he looks in the mirror, friend.
Back in the 18th century, right? So Ketanji Brown's question, she does it the other way, right? What's the alternative to originalism? Well, it looks something like what Justice Jackson asked, right? Because she's looking at what Congress wanted, right? We should interpret laws, we should interpret ambiguity in laws, not based on what some long dead white people wanted. We should interpret laws based on...
Yo, dude, I wonder, how does she feel on the other end when he's going on like this? White people, how do you feel as a white woman? You know, do you feel like it's a slap in your face every time, you know? It's like you're white, your skin is white. And you can clearly see that I think he probably hates white people. Probably means he hates you. How do you feel about that, Amy? Is that her name? How do you feel about that, Amy? Where's your brush? Where's your tongue? What you chewing on? What you chewing on? What you chewing on? Ketanji Brown Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Or is it nasty? Nasty. Sorry, Miss Jackson, but nasty.